long time. But yeah, no, we're gonna play the one about the clowns. It's not the episode with the hot clown in it, though. I think that's on like the 6th game. If I'm not too, it is a final game in the final episode. I forgot. Oh well, whatever. That's just Twitch being mean. You know how they are. We're gonna do the trial. This should be fun. Right around Christmas time, man. Fucking justice never sleeps. Yo, Max, why are you drawing the card over and over again? Are you picking it up, teleporting in your hand? I'm not really sure what's going on. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. No, thank you. It's not breakfast anymore. I don't need some milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry. There won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick? Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? Stop throwing cards at my face! You don't think I should fly, do you? No, you should probably save that. I'm pretty sure that'll make you look more guilty. Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Also because the murderer possibly flew past the snow. So yeah, imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can't fly. Not even any of my moves in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 allows me to fly. I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lord flying fabulously. Oh my god. Hello, second. Yeah, we're all going to clown school today. Getting my makeup ready. Episode 3, the one where Nick here attempts to fly into the court and breaks a leg. Now the curse of the... Well, come on! They're not even 10 seconds in! Your Honor, get on with it. Okay, fine. I just realized the defendant's name is... Billy Bob Johns. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He often does go by the name. You know, people have 2 names, right? You do know my name is Phoenix Wright, but that's not really my name, right? Oh, you know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Okay. It sounds more friendly. We're about to accuse him of murder! I wonder if that is to our advantage. Oh, Miss Oncala, please, your opening statement, please. Without hitting me. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I don't know. I'm the main protagonist of this game, and we got like 3 episodes to go, so I'm at least winning 2 of them. Probably all of them. Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. You go by the rule of that first one didn't count. It was practice. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have 0, no chance. 0, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Stop stop at the count. It's a sham. We need a recount. God damn it. She's German. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Damn, you got him. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure of proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? Of what? I'm pretty sure you're proving the... Okay. It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. Oh. You try explaining a person going for revenge in that. Also, I think her dad is dead. They haven't mentioned it really, but I think he died in court, in jail. I'm not sure though. In court, he didn't die in court. He died in jail, either of old age or just got shanked. That I'm not sure. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. That or he's still in jail, just hanging out. Oh, very well. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there now! It's like, okay, God. He's like, why am I always here? Why must I be here? Sorry to keep you from your work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's not trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. All right, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. The mom must be incredibly, incredibly hot. I don't know. Genetics are indeed weird. Maybe the mom really liked lawyers. Details of the events. Or maybe we don't know how he looked like when he was younger. Maybe he looked hot. You don't know. Not a crime. Snow has fallen until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box that is a doornail. What's in that goddamn box? I thought it was the puppet, but obviously it isn't. The cause of death was a blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. Why do I get these like later now? Court accepts this into evidence. Time of death, 10:15. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Like, you think you would give this to me, oh, I don't know, while I'm investigating? I guess. Whatever. 9:40 p.m. That's, that's a nice time. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed underground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. Huh? What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Alright, let's... Why not? Okay, obviously snow piled up. In front of him, I don't know what the hell that is. There's snow, like, now piled up there. Over there. The murder happened near the ringmaster's room, correct, outside of it, I think. Look at that monkey. Alright, whatever. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing at the night of the crime? Yeah, is everyone there? Who wasn't? When you say all the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot! The regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. That monkey keeps stealing shit. Well, actually, that monkey stole something valuable to the scene of the crime. Alright, 10 p.m., huh? After practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent. Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. I don't fucking know. Ringmaster and Max went off to Ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? Seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. So, 10 minutes to 15 minutes. If you'd like to be a bit more specific about the events at 9:15 p.m., please. Okay, no problem, pal. We got a witness that told us the whole thing. Oh, what the? This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? Wooden box, dead as a doornail. What's in the box? What's in the box? A wooden box. That's right. The victim must have been carrying a wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? Oh. It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. Why don't you just break the box open? Get an axe. This might be my only chance, so I might ask some questions. I want to know what the contents. Do you mind telling us what's inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. The hell? Bottle? What is that, detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. Are you fucking serious? What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was that an unlocked big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if it has some sort of special meaning? Found inside the wooden box, the victim was hunched over. It contains pepper. Small seasoning. What the fuck? Really went to trouble, huh? Just locking that baby up. Damn. Vertebrae. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You done your homework, pal? I literally read it just now. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You think so? Especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Oh boy, okay. Well, I think we have a good enough feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. I mean, all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Oh. Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Huh? I'm not even off the stand yet! Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up is such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilo will show up in the stand as well. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. What is happening? Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an operatic tenure. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That road must be cutting your circulation. I said that I was a singer. I want to interrogate the dummy. Phoenix, probably. Oh god, that was great. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song. Ahem. Me, 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 me. Word of law. Exciting and daring. Guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? That was a nice rap. Had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know better than insult the judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have a sense to fix it. It's so ugly. I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling without help. You know what your nose is? The reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What the fuck is going on here? Order! Hold on, demand to know who this witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. God damn it! Now I'm never gonna get that out of my head, Verde. Why would you point that out, Verde? Oh my god. I remember someone said, "Oh my fucking god!" You won't get anywhere. We're trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. I remember someone said, like, I think Emmett Silk looked like Pro Jared. And I was like, oh no, that is not true at all. Once again, practice was over. I left the tent, well, I didn't mean to do that, with the stooge, I mean clown. Once we got to a lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime. There's Ben just looking like, oh. Who's the only one heading that way? How could that punk not be the killer? And then the police showed up and took the magic boy away. Hang on, I gotta look at my AC for a second. Maybe think something. I put the curtains in the way and now it's not cooling my room enough. Me. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat. Also, this first time she just asked questions in the middle of his little testimony. Silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all got the picture. Just one thing, you said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why's that? Here's the absolute proof. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Ronagama. Your prosecutorial skills? Is that a word? Are unrivaled. Well done. Not Pro Jared. Thank you for saying the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Okay, whatever. Let's do his cross-examination. How was he acting? The clown. You talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and makeup is all running all over the place. Oh, and his makeup's running all over the place. Once practice was over, 9/10 of the way... He was 9/10 of the way of keeling over for good. Oh, all his text is in green. So I'm like confused on what's his fucking witness text. Poor guy. He didn't have a choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Oh yeah, all his text is green in general, so it's gonna be a little difficult to understand which one's the cross-examination. I just gotta remember what he says in this. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice, warm lodging house been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thinker. At least my teachers always said I was. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of a crime. Well, let me read this again. God damn it. I keep thinking of the green text. Are you sure it was Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing that snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, coke, cloak, white roses. Did everyone just say that? What the f- What is this? Audience participation? Cannot see his entire getup from this, only his portrait, but apparently yes. Nice. I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Why are you questioning me about this? That's not really evidence. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right. That makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character. It's more to the story that meets the eyes. There's something amiss? Ben only saw Max. There's gotta be someone else. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max? Yeah, what about the actual victim? Does it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? What else do you suppose the witness could have seen? The victim, Russell Berry. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance of the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Oh, God! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactico was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he just, as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Okay, listen, this is just the witness's word versus my defendant's word. So you know what? You can F off. I believe the defendant's word. I see. I mean, he lied to me technically of why he was there, but still, I believe him now. Seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. You have no reason to doubt my defendant's testimony! And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of a bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got conked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. I don't want to think about the ventriloquism. There's only a couple people. Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Let's talk about this one. About what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was, say a bit after 30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10. So you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you'd stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is, you shut up, you big nose dope! Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe we'd just stand outside in that weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Objection! Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. Objection! But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright, the battery's low. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for in the cold that night? Who was they waiting for? Probably Regina. The only one they care about. Yeah, let's talk about Regina. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Oh my god, he's dead! Oh, Jesus! Oh, fuck! Oh, someone get an ambulance. Oh my god. Oh, you just saw him get fucking murdered. I'm not pointing any fingers, but I think it was Francisca. Probably whipped him too much. How were you waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house? Am I mistaken? Huh? You were doing that, huh? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares what I was waiting for that night? Well, the point is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. What? Alright. There is obviously a reason why the witness was there that night. He spent all the time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Huh? Meaning, he's a very unreliable witness. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. Objection. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max. Heading that, would you please let me finish my statement? There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. Francisco's like, would you please shut up? I trained you for this. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things! Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Like he's dressing the puppet. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting the fuck? What's the matter? You think the humans have a monopoly on marriage? That a matter of a puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. What pain! Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Yeah, let's talk about this stupid-ass proposal. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I've kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my tiny pocket, in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her. So I've still got it in my pocket. No you don't. You were going to propose? You. A puppet? Don't be so obtuse. And because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Oh. Just because I'm an old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her. Yes, it does. That's illegal. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your cross-examination. Oh, I need a drink. What was with that sigh at the end? He's just tired. He's tired of all of this. You know what? Actually, instead of pressing on all of them, let's press on the last part. Alright, let's... yeah, it's something to give her. I need to know what this is. What was exactly that you planned to give her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing, I'll probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. Push on anyway. No, I must push on. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a pup... I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to the facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Bathrobe. So I've still got it in my pocket. Oh, do you now? Alright, now we can present something. Yeah, I know where this is going. Where's the ring? There it is, right there. No, you do not! I have it right here! Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, they're like... It looks like they're gonna double team me right now. Oh, God! Do you, recognize this ring? That's mine! Give it back, thief! Thief! Did you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Ah! What's going on here? That's, Ben! Say something. Huh? Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the room they put the money? Like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fleas in my court. No, it's a real monkey. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey in every sense of the word. Oh, I see. Well then, Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when this ring was stolen from you, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night. The night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that? The ring might have. Well, it could have been taken around that time. Woo woo! Woo woo! Ah, oh, God, what the fuck? Oh, monkeys. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what it has to do with that. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted anything. Not I, Mr. Triloquist. Okay, well, half of you did, basically. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring, snatching monkey money. Monkey buddy. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool bit called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? He doesn't exercise enough. No, testimony is a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to following the effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that the witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with my little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. That's true. Even though my entire theory is just a theory, it's possible. Objection! Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past his vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. The witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Huh? I've told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. Please stop changing the story. Where there is one lie, there are usually many behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Witnessing Max. Yeah, let's say, let's witness Max here, if that's even Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm obviously sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. 3 ridiculous symbols? So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money scratched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So, the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Uh-huh. You didn't decide to talk about that before, so you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R, counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me? I'm pretty sure those eyes are fake, but okay. 4 eyes, and there's an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. Please don't believe him.
So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course! That's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. Let's skip ahead. I think I should press one thing. 3 ridiculous symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, coat, white roses. Found at the crime scene. Yeah, look at this. Silk hat, coat, and white roses. That is indeed. Yeah, fan chants in the court, incredible. They're really doing it right there. His silk hat, his coat, and white roses. This could be. Could this be the point of contradiction? I mean, he has all of those. Wouldn't it be cold at night? Maybe he has a shirt on. This was also found at the scene of the crime. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting with everyone else. There has to be a hole in this testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We gotta have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. 5 minutes wait, huh? About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet. You can't figure it out yourself. You already know that the practice ended promptly at 10 p.m. You already know. Now, I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Oh, fucking damn it. I'm good at math. It was 10 p.m. Oh, yes. That sounds about right. It sounds about right. It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. Didn't notice you, huh? So you testified that you said good evening to Max? You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning, you say good afternoon during the day, right? Well, and it's obvious that I'd say goodnight to someone at night. What, Ben? You have something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trilo. Mr. Course, would you prefer to keep your ventriloquist act outside the courtroom? Possible. A performer lives and breathes his performance. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Ben's after the comedy act. His evening greeting. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him at all? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial with one of your co-workers? Would you say good evening to me if you ever saw me in public? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Julia would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Proofing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. Then this is it. Enormous rays, 3 famous symbols, orange juice Yeah, why would you say good evening to a dude who just broke your head open? Let's talk about that. Trilla, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ow! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. Yeah, to be honest, you can get him on that. I don't care. I'm only defending him on murder. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just come up and say good evening to his rival. What does being lewd have to do with it? Objection! Are you saying this witness is lying? Of course he is. He's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quest. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? Saw someone different. Had to have been. It is my belief that the witness didn't see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. Like, I mean, you could obviously hide your face. Saw him from the back anyway. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. He's smiling in the portrait, but he's like, what in the world, you? Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then? That's difficult to explain. I'm not sure either. It can't be Max. Can't be Ben. Can't be Dick. Can't be her. It could be her, but... Could it be him? We have 3 possible suspects here. Regina, but if it was Regina, then I don't know, they would go all crazy about her. But they say good evening to her, so it's possible they'd be cordial to her. It could be Russell Barry. No, they left Mo. It can't be Mo. The only one that was over there must have been Russell. So it's between Regina and Russell. Mo was like tired from his exercises. We're gonna go with Russell. Considering the ill temper of the witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, you're... What the fuck? It's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. I suppose you got a point there. It was Russell Barry, the victim himself, was it not? You're correct. It was indeed Russell Barry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Barry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Is he dead for real now? Order! Order! How do you respond to this? Wait a second! Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. Oh my god. Your story keeps changing every time, I swear. I think it is high time about we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area on the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster? One Mr. Russell Berry. Prosecution argues that it was the defendant that witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember that by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now. Ow. Yes. We know the silk hat, cloak, and white roses. Objection. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Oh, Miss Von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that this person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, in that case, then it is impossible for me to make judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point on this one. Hooray! That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established the one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... What? Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. You have 2 witnesses? Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to the question, an evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Oh my. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request prosecution prepare the next witness. Court is now in recess. Cool. To be continued right now. Save my progress right now. Also eating some cherries. So, what we can gather is the person dressing up as Maximilian probably is Russell Berry. Why did he do that? Not sure. Maybe he was plotting something, but then it got, you know, everything flipped. It's actually very similar to the first game, 3rd episode, in which the victim dressed up as what we thought was the murderer. A much nice callback to that. But I'm not sure who would kill him. I mean, Regina seems suspicious because of how she's acting since her dad is, you know, dead. Not sure. I think the next witness could be Mo, since he was the one. I think he said he saw him. Like he saw the crime happen, but I'm not too sure. We're gonna find out soon, though. Let me just drink this water and then we'll start. That's silly puppet. Well, we proved it. We proved that that wasn't Max. Yeah, your brain will do that to you. That game will do that to your brain, I mean. It's how that works. I would be more specific, but I can't. All right. 11:54 a.m.
Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene.
So then, where were you when the murder took place?
We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there,
it was the ringmaster who left the room, right?
exactly, he told me to wait in the room because he would be right back.
That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? And that's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right?
Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off.
Which means...
It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Huh? Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go?
Double.
Wow, Max. I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? President? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool.
Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper and deeper. 12:06. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Ms. Von Carmel, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand?
Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Yo, Lawrence, what up?
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
He's a bit sad today. You're gonna get whipped. Oh!
Name and occupation.
Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I'm sorry. I'm just used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke best suited this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? On Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. It is easy to see your occupation. Please state your name for the court.
Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay.
Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, how about this? Have you seen my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? Oh, is that one? Got it, pachinko! No, don't you fucking say that line.
Your name.
Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Motor Clown.
You witnessed the scene at around 10:15, the day of the murder.
Oh, it's God of Energy, that's right. Inti Pachinko Max. That was it. I remember.
Correct?
Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls, will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walking without the humor, please. Okay.
Aw, poor Mo. Can't be his normal stoogey self in court.
What you witnessed? I have no idea. Like, there is, in the Brahmin restaurant, there's some Indian references, like, to religion. There's, like, I mean, literally, the restaurant's called Brahmin. There's, like, a lot of Indian references in that game. So, think,
What, god of energy, something has to be... Maybe there's something Indian about that line? I have no idea. Pachinko Max sounds kind of something like that. But I could be wrong. I have no idea. Yeah, I would love to see the official Japanese line for that. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I've been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. Well, I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Mo, I feel bad for you. I really do. But, the judge just said for you to tell us what happened during the crime scene. And you did not do that at all. You went into a spiel about how you're very sad and having an existential crisis about not being a great clown. I mean, like, buddy, we kind of need you to help us on this one. Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? You will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over, are we? Will we? Thus, please stick to the facts of the case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with a testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Alright, let's talk about what you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was a ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Right. That's, very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Yes. Of course you can. There is no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Someone got murdered. This must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Does that mean will they actually punish me for pressing too much? Oh, we're gonna find out. It could just be flavor text. Like that time when they told me to not to like badger the kid too much since he was in the Steel Samurai case, but it was like, yo dude, this kid obviously knows something, he's lying about this entire case, and they're like, please stop bullying the kid. Like, no, the kid is lying. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Alright, let's try. Went straight to your room. You said the practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., right? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can rip off of. Just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way, I can make a great joke. Alright, 8 o'clock then. You know, you want to hear the joke? Aw, man. A man goes to his doctor and asks, how's number 1? The man says, every day at 6? The man says every day at 7? Witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should say for that detective. Ow! You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that.
Mr. Wright, you're hereby penalized. This will not become a kangaroo court.
I'll take the penalty. I'm not loading it safe. This isn't funny at all. More ways than one. Alright. We then have to try being specific on what we press on this guy. Although I think it was also just because we, like, went along with his delusion. Alright, really talk about the silhouettes here. Well, what do you say? If you had to say exactly how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. My room is here. And they looked about, yay big. I'd say we're about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away? That's right. I'd been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and Ringmaster that I saw that night. And Prosecutor Von Karma probably led him to this. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Flowers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. It's all together now. Say what, Uncle Mo. God, I need a drink. See what I mean? It's always like this. Crowd never goes along with me. I must be an utterly, completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Will the witness please testify to what he saw and only what he saw?
I was about to say, we penalized me for that. He went off on his own. Well, with what? Do you know what the weapon was? You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. Really does enjoy this completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, I mean, suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see the weapon. Oh my God. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? Objection. I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what's coming. A nice penalty. As much as I would enjoy that, this is a little melodramatic, don't you think? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Maybe he didn't see the right symbols. I need to find out more about press other facts about this, probably. He says he's right there. I saw the crime over there. Time of death 10:15. Victim was hunched over, 20-pound box. Pepper. Of course I don't. Well, see, right now I don't have a clear basis to be thinking that. Then this is just one of your pointless efforts to badger my witness. Thus you have earned yourself a penalty from me.
Now, wait a second, Miss Von Karma. This time I do not feel the need to treat Mr. Wright so harshly.
That's right, what he said. Bailed out by the judge, what an honor indeed.
We must penalize Mr. Wright for the display. I think verbal censure would be best.
Huh? You know the rules, Mr. Wright. There's no room for baseless pounding in this courtroom. I guess he didn't really bail me out after all. You know, most testimony is what he told us yesterday are kind of different. Yeah, I noticed. We just gotta pinpoint what's changed. You can do it, Nick. I'll actually load the game. Let's advance to the other one. Clocked over the head. What happens if I do say, yes, I have a basis? What the basis could be right now, I'm not sure, but I gotta bluff my way through this, buddy. Of course I do. Of course I have grounds to make this claim. Let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time. What did you just say, Mr. Wright? I know there's something wrong with his testimony, but I can't put why I feel this way into words for the judge. Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Wright, before we resume testimony, you know that you must be being lost. Oh, God! Yeah, alright, never mind. I'm living it. Okay. Guess it was better to do it that way. That's fucked up. Glanced out the window. Let's talk about why you were tired. You were pooped that night. Yes. I was not very, very tired. Oh, I was very, very tired. Not to mention, I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. Went to Taco Bell. What happened after that? What does they say happens? That was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. Well, I guess in 2002, yeah, sure. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I gotta go to reply. No, that joke was so funny, it earned you a penalty. Go fucking damn it! Mo, you're killing me here, buddy. I knew I should have. I need to press something. Let's press this one. You just happened to glance out of the window. You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Coils! Oh, I guess synonyms aren't all allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. No, I need to understand. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. Was there like a reason? Did you hear something? I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a thump. So you didn't see it? Oh, fuck, I forgot about this. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about it too. Shit. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out the window that night. I did play this last Wednesday, so... Oh yeah, that's right! I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow! That's not something you forget to mention! Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Hmm? Okay. Very well, Mr. Coils, please revise your testimony. Should start turning the tables in our favor. Alright. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. But you said that... What was the noise? Do you know what it was? What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Coils, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess it sounded like, as well as sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit? Huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... but someone got hit and then Max clonked him over the head?
Does this change?
Come on. I can't believe I'm being penalized for this. Do you have any clear basis to believe my witness did not say the crime? Actually, now I do, though. Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit.
You did say that.
However, Mo just stated that the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed, he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound. There's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anyone. And then he said me to click that. What the fuck are you talking about? It's too fast to read.
Mr. Coles, how do you respond with Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Coles, are you reciting a C-team theme to anger this court?
The C-team? Oh my god, did he just... Oh, the A-team. God damn it. It's a parody of the A-team. From the little that I saw. No, no, no. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. And these types of witnesses always seem to have selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. She's just like, wait, peel back the what? Oh,
are you back from your jog?
Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much? When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement.
Von Karma!
Tampering with witnesses again!
So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out.
Checked out?
Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. He means that.
Mr. Coles!
Your Honor?
You did not witness an actual crime, however, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes! Exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well, then please testify to this silhouette you saw, except I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette, got it?
Got it. This dude's trying to make a comedy club out of a courtroom. Or a courtroom out of a comedy club. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His face was silhouetted? What are you fucking talking about? What about the white roses? His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
Does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
It took the clown long enough, but to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that.
Actually, Mr. Wright. All right, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine may commence.
Alright, we can go press that one thing. I got it now. I know what piece of evidence to use.
What?
You sure that is what you saw in that? I meant to present, but never mind. Exactly what I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. Objection! You forgot the white roses. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Well, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay! Everyone get ready! All together now! Silk hat, cloak, white roses! What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie! Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, not fractions. That's not just a fraction, it's pie. Order! Order! Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. Objection! The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. It was also obvious to see his face, if you want to go with that. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the... Oh, wasn't able to. Whatever. Not to mention the roses are white. There's no way you could have missed them. Objection. The roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that were the case, then the police would have found him near the crime scene. I mean, argument with this lady, please. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of the case? Exactly. She just mentioned that if they fell off during the assault, they'd be there. But they're not. They disappeared. Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trelo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake anyone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Which witness is correct? We don't know, but that's obviously what we had to prove. Now, what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this is... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his utter testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap up this case now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. Not mature. Oof. I've come to the conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. But what? If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. Yep. The silhouette part 2. There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Alright. Mr. Wright, you have got one last chance at this. One chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against the witness. If you are going to prove to me there is a contradiction in Mr. Cole's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I just got a single shot at this. I gotta be careful. I know what to do. That's fine. This one's easy. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Alright. Why did we find the hat at the scene of the crime if he was wearing it the entire time? This wouldn't happen to be Silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma. Where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. What? The crime scene? That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time. He was on the scene. No! That's not true! What is true with you? These fucking witnesses suck! Order! 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 Mr. Carls! I don't know what happened that night because I'm getting like 50 different witness testimonies that are like wrong. Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst all other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting here and no matter how old I get, I'm always younger? Is he crying? Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Carls! Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear, I saw him. It was Max. Oh my god. This is going back and forth. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid. Oh god, it is just like the Steel Samurai case. It's pitiful, isn't it? Except this motherfucker is 50 years old. At least the kid was a kid. He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo. What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? Oh, wait, yeah. How did he leave the scene of the crime? I remember this now. You can't ask me that. Objection. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Objection. The witness's testimony is full of holes, so Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is, how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Oh, I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. You love to harp? Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? Got the photo of the crime photo. Look at this. There's only two sets of footprints. One set of footprints. Two sets of footprints. With the entire case is the fact that he flew. He flew over the scene of the crime. So if he didn't see him fly, then he's obviously lying. I don't know why he's lying. He could be in cahoots with the real murderer, or he's just really dumb. At this point, though, I'm starting to think it's all malicious and on purpose. He knows something more, and he's just lying about everything. He really wants Max to go to jail. Look at this picture. With the puppet, it's like, alright, he made a mistake. He obviously doesn't know shit. He hates Max and wants him to go to jail, but he's just like, whatever. But this guy, there's something else going on with him. He could be helping the murderer, even more so. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, This witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Did he actually come in a clown car? Wait just a second! You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, fine. I'll tell you the truth this time. What do you mean this time? You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Oh, Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit of the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Oh my god. Order! Order! I will have order! Francisco Von Karma, how could you? What do you expect? I always do this. What the fuck? Your Honor, if you heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. What? That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. Ha! You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Alright, let's hear the truth. It probably is the truth this time. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing that silk hat. That's when I saw he... This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew! He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? I don't know what to say about that, to be honest. Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying? There's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believed the other witnesses. That's because you've been lying about this the entire time. Now it's like the boy who cried wolf. If this is true, then I don't know. Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. Although we've heard of criminals who, I don't know, pretended to be dead people. Or were dead people. What do you think of this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? It's all a dream, right? Oh, I could save here. Good. This time I'm gonna believe it. I feel like, even though it's bad for me, the murderer must have done a trick. So he was lying about the dude walking away, but the murderer, because, you know, Von Karma was like, don't say that in court, that's stupid as shit. That is because the murderer actually flew. Sadly, proving this will be worse for me because it'll prove, Max can fly, and obviously the murderer is trying to pin it on Max. But we have to understand that the murderer did indeed fly. So that's what we gotta do. He's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he could have made it up. Which means that he's telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such foolish as fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. What do you mean? You just talked about spirit channeling. That last... I'm taking a photo of this. You talked about spirit channeling. Last case. You believed it. What do you mean magic does not exist? You gonna tell me like, oh, that was spiritual magic. That's different. That's ghosts magic, obviously. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile. If you discard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma, this case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Well done. That was something, all right. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew into the air and disappeared? Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly wherever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. Well, that's a stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. You use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow. You just told me the secret to your magic? No, I broke the first rule. The cardinal rule. The only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret of their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. Yes, let's do our best. To be continued. Probably end around 6. So we'll try to get through the court, but we'll probably take about 2 hours going through the investigation. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are, by their very definition, tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pros did a magic trick? Oh, what kind of trick was that? What was it? I don't know. The ability to fucking channel the dead is pretty magical. Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. Oh my god. Huh. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? Oh my god, what the fuck? Nick, you're a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. So what do we do now? I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. Do you think he might be trying to frame Max? If that was it, he would have said he would have simply said, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe that he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that, Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Come on. Any ideas? Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trilo, Mo, they all have nothing nice to say. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like, customers only go to the circus to see him. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? But that doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume. But Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. It's weird. Look at my attorney's badge. I take good care of this thing. You sure do love to show that off, don't you, Nick? You know how many times you've shown it to me. Want some pepper? You wanna know something, Nick? I love to put pepper on my hamburgers. That's pretty good. I also love to put pepper on peanut butter and jellies. What? Why? Do you think I'm weird? You don't seem to be in a very good mood today. Of course I'm not. I have to find a criminal who has the ability, discovered the ability to fly. Yeah, I guess that would put you in a bad mood. Let's go to the detention center. Visitor's room. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from the local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica. The Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Oh, what the fuck? Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't want to get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Right. Not of the crime. You didn't happen to fly up into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room, not to mention. Flying off into the sky? It's not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and the cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. Right. Today's trial was kind of wild, huh? I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! A great joke! Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But it's kind of the reason why you're in this mess, you know that, right? I've won the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage, but the performers at the circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I cannot simply tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my. My sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told the story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again, but we really need to hear it. You must have not heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I could tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this! I just happen to have a picture of me from the Grand Prix. Just look at the fabulous stage! What the fuck is happening here? Damn, it's so shiny. They got bunny girls. That is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim, Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey, Nick. How about you buy me a trophy? You need to kind of earn the trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. But if you really want one, I guess I could, you know, throw out a couple bucks. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? A photo of Max's award ceremony. Aye. Yeah, there's everything there. Could present. You feel about Mo? Apprentices. Wait, what exactly did he say about this? You just look at the face on this one. It's not what I call fabulous. Oh, that's pretty harsh. Yeah. I think we talked about Regina. There's not really much new stuff to talk about. Hey, yo, what this pepper? What about this? Fabulous. Would you like me to sign it for you? No. Doesn't know anything about that. This ring. Doesn't know anything. Alright, let's keep moving. Do the circus again. Very big circus. Circus entrance. December 29th. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trilo, this just isn't gonna work. Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're going to have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trilo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry? Secret crash training? Yes, Trilo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we're trying to sing around for our new ventriloquist act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. See, even they're surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once we get a grip on the basics, that's it. Then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I got this ring, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. My God. Today's trial. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first, we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben? Oh, yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention it was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who we really saw. Yeah, about this whole marriage thing. You really want to go through with this? I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Ha! You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Huh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts.
The hell are you talking about?
Yeah. I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato.
The ventriloquism.
So, how is this new routine working out?
Well, you two just take a chill pill already. Our routines are secret.
We're gonna take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible.
Let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should.
You mean Max? That jerk?
Max Galactica. Performer should aim for the world. Who does he think he is?
Trilo, you seem really to be really fired up about all this.
He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right.
Mark my words, I, Trilo Quist, will win the Grand Prix.
You're the man now, doll.
Row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory.
Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best?
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, right?
You could do Baka Mitai.
Don't screw this up. You gotta be a part of this too.
You know about this pepper? You mind taking a look at this? It's... I guess we won't need you to take a look at it after all. Anything about the box? No. The Grand Prix photo. Tell me more about Money the Monkey. Nope. Not gonna tell you shit about Money the Monkey. About the broken bottle that hit you over the head. You have your doll! You can talk about anything! It's so... I accidentally presented Maya by accident. No. Let's click one of the triggers, but... Alright, the cell cat. No one wants to talk about anything. I'm not present. My attorney's badge. That's enough. Back to the scene of the crime.
Oh, it's you two.
You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. This one Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. That sucks. That sounds terrible. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. It's like, yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's like no one is taking any of them. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof! There she is. Don't show up. 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 Looks like she's really... like she's wound him up really tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. That's what happened. It means the killer passed right by this window, pal. I see. Who lives in that room? Behind the window up there. The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. So don't go get any ideas going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? We're going up to the acrobat's room. Francisca Von Karma? Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. 29th, lodging house, first floor, Mo's room. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped in this room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Ah, ha, 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 ha. What do you think he is laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. I don't think there's anything else to examine in here. There are carrots. Wait a minute, we ever talk about those carrots though? Maybe these carrots. Those carrots look like they're the pick of the crop, don't they? I still don't get why he went with carrots. What do you think about this theory? A long time ago, the circus was down on its luck. Mo was so hungry that he had to steal a horse's food to survive. But he got addicted to their orangey goodness. I'd laugh, but I think Maya might not be too far from the truth. Alright, that's enough. Wait a minute. Alright, I know I've been giving them all the evidence, but I think the pepper is definitely an important piece of evidence, so... Oh, he went. He left. He's gone now. Gotta get everyone to examine this pepper. Huh? Where's Regina? Don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers. That's understandable. There's Max Galactica over there. You think if every person in the audience screamed all at once, the vibration could cause the pickup to collapse? Oh yeah, she already said that. Big top cafeteria. Ah, right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. All right, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? You mean the Taco Bell order? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon and bowel of destruction? Wrong. Try again. Okay. What do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. Exactly! It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it! What's going on? He's being too nice. You do realize we accused you of lying on court, so... Today's trial, how'd that go, buddy, for you, you know? Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning, I had to smash watermelons. Why? I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. You even used your famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly! How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? What's your witness, buddy? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw, I swear! That creep just... He flew through the air? It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a sec like he must be telling the truth. Oh yeah, that's right. That's definitely true that he thinks, he could think that it's Max. It's probably not Max, but someone floated, that's for sure. What you know about this, Pepper? I'm just a clown. With the Grand Prix photo. Ah!
Not this picture. I showed it to you guys too.
Huh? You've seen it as well?
Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around.
I had to laugh at that.
Oh yeah? He didn't just show me the picture.
What do you mean?
He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous.
Do you mean his chest?
I mean, he does have muscles, that's for sure.
Oh, you mean the thing in the picture? It's in the picture, I think.
He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness.
He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing.
Phoenix.
No. I'll bonk you. Although I did take up the chest too, so... Yeah. Guess that's on me. Where's Bunny the monkey? Let's go move back. That's what they say. The killer was worried that someone would spot them during the crime. Well, that's what they wanted him to see. You know, pretending to be Max. Did I go into the ringmaster's room? I don't think I did. Here we go. Max and the ringmaster had their talk in this room. It could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why did he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? The envelope's still there. This is the table he used when visitors came to see him. Ew, there's mud kicked on the table. Someone with terrible manners must have put their shoes on the table. Nick, don't even think about providing a reenactment for me. I wasn't. How goof do you think I am, anyway? Little stars on a poster. It must have been a poster to use to promote their public appearances. Posters are the way to go, aren't they? What do you mean? We should make posters to promote our law firm. Oh yeah. I've seen all of this before. Is this the bust? Look at all the cute trophies. Indeed, just look at all the awards the circus won. Like Pet Grooming Grand Prix. That's all about the ringmaster. Wait, is there anything else? Ah, there we go. Max's bust. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's something over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago all of a sudden. The bust disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Oh wow. Max just had to put up the picture up. Hey, this thing's really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust out of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Bronze statue taken from the cafeteria before the crime. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or he's setting up the big bad joke. Nope. Drawing a blank there. Why Mo is a good Mo in my book. Sorry, Mo. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there is one teensy tiny thing that doesn't seem different. Tell us! Come on. Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, This piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see the title. Thanks! It says... To the murderer. Murderer? No one see this? Nope, that's what it says. But the rest of it has been ripped off. I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after the paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Posted in the cafeteria on the day of the crime, then torn, states to the murderer. Maybe it's just from a book. Someone mistook this. A crime book. But crimes. Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we should move then. No one's here. Is she still over there? Probably. Is there one in Mo's room? No. I say we go back to then talk to Max, I guess. I'm surprised they didn't arrest Mo for like what that old lady did once. Where she was like she provided... Oh, no, that's never mind. I think you could be arrested for providing false evidence. I was thinking of the Steel Samurai when the old lady, Miss Oldbag, was arrested, but that's because we accused her of murder, and then it's like, no, it didn't work out. The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know about that note. I've read it. My heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just a ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into his pocket of his tailcoat. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see... I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. What? I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Oh my god. Don't want to ruin the fun. Motherfucker, you're gonna get arrested if we don't find out. Fine. We have to find her. I don't know why she would be in Mo's room, but who knows? You never know. Alright, we have to talk to the ventriloquist about this. Look at this note. You like this bust? Dang it, she's not here. There's really no one else to talk to. Thought I did go to the 3rd floor. But I guess I can't go back there anymore. Not until Von Karman's gone, apparently. She's there, doing an investigation. That or it's Gumshoe doing the investigation for her. then it could be... I should examine the cafeteria. The balloon to the board. For, bulletins. Doesn't seem like there's any useful clues posted here. Boring. Maybe we should leave a juicy tidbit for someone to read. Juicy? You know. Like a fake clip. Maybe something like a message from the killer. Give it up, Maya. You know, Gumshoe will take it all serious. I mean, it is a message from the killer. We had that. I was in charge of cooking that day. That was gonna be a special menu. Really? What were you gonna cook? Momu burgers. What it is? A beefy burger filled with laughs and a sauce that tastes like my jokes. They're outstanding. So those burgers leave just as bad a taste in your mouth as his jokes then. Kitchen is over there. Oh yeah. I wrote a new joke about the kitchen. Let's see, how did that joke go? Let me guess. What did the chef say to the chicken before dinner? Knife to meet ya? Gotta be something dumb like that. Well, the chef said to the chicken before dinner. Knife to meet ya. That's a great one, Mo. I would never have thought that. Oh my gosh. Where's the bust? This is strange. There's nothing on top of this stand. Look here, Max is written on it. It must be his VIP table. It's a bit small to be a VIP table. You won't be putting a 10-course meal on this. Well, he could still eat his hamburgers. Keep our cafeteria clean. Take a look at that sign, girlie. Huh? It says keep our cafeteria clean. I had a question mark on there. I'm thinking that might be why the cafeteria is so dirty. It's not a question mark there. But also, it's because they have to preserve the crime scene. Toppled chair. Just been knocked over. That's what it looks like. Looking at all of this brings back memories. What do you mean? I proposed here to a girl on horseback. No, you didn't? Of course, I was much younger back then. So what happened? What was her answer? Well, let's just say that my love was put out to pasture. Oh my god. Dirty dishes all over the place. Must have been hectic that night to clean up. No, I can't stand a mess, Nick. I think you and I should clean this place up for them. Yay! You two are gonna help us restore order to the cafeteria. What are you talking about? You're gonna help too. Rounds can't clean. We're here to draw pies, not clean them up. I'm a bust-a-gut boy, not a bus boy. Get it? It's two jokes in one. I'm fat and funny. Get it? Ha 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 ha. Yes, Mo, we got it. I didn't talk to them. I didn't look at the talk option, actually. Hang on. No. There's something there. And I don't want to talk about the thing. There's only two people I can talk to. Oh, wait. Maybe I can ask them where Regina is. Do you know where she is? Oh, whoops. Forgot to go into present menu. How do you not know where she is? Oh my god. You also have your ventriloquist! You dummy! What about us, Mo? Mo maybe knows. Wait. Is there a piece of paper somewhere? Maybe in the garbage can, or Everything looks nice, but this desk's old and cheap. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. There's a scrap of paper shoved in the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. I bet it'll have the note Mo gave us. Let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. There it is. I knew it! It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the lodging house plaza. That's what happened. He murdered somebody. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place. There was some other murder that happened. I don't know when, though. Now we need to find out who called out to the ringmaster. It's been expertly clean and pressed. Is he still here? Oh, someone else is here. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to go get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need to get a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner bad. I mean, do you have time to eat? You guys have to eat something. Know about this note? No? Alright, kind of guessed. Hey, Gumshoe, how's it going? Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I'm done with the investigation of the acrobat. Finally. When Miss Von Karma. Oh. Just gonna let that beep. It's like, I don't want to answer it. Nick, what is that beeping sound? It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something. If you know my pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Quick! See you, pal! I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being flatfoot. Never seen a grown man afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind's biting. Ow! Yep, she got here all right. It's biting as lashes from her whip. Von Karma! She really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? National news? You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Actually, I just remembered. I thought there were 5 episodes in this. I think there's only 4. I gotta look it up now. Hold on. I remember reading about it as like, there's only 4 episodes. Because I think cause the first game had 4 episodes originally, but then they added an extra one. Yeah, there's only 4 episodes. Oh yeah, wow. I did not know that. Then I guess I did know that, but I just forgot. But it makes sense, because I assume we beat her again in this, and after 2 losses, she just goes insane and maybe does something. I assume the last episode will tie the storyline with the spirit channeling and Morgan Fay all together, and her. I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, tomorrow's trial. Let's talk about this. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head. I've got conclusive evidence and conclusive witness. Need any more hints? A conclusive witness. You must mean the acrobat. I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as the witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to be and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Revenge. Do you know about the Minecraft song Revenge? It's pretty good. Why do you keep eyeing Nick with the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word, and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this? Or any other conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again. One more time. Him? Are you talking about Edgeworth? I'm sure you know to whom I refer. Miles Edgeworth! What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Let's talk about Miles Edgeworth. What's going on with him? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was... right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. I mean, I guess she means in like feeling. Like he feels like a little brother. Edgeworth. Miss that man. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. The papa takes me out of her characters. Keep saying papa. I don't know. I think it's like a German thing. Like a German. I have no idea. Maybe Germans say that, or like the way she says dad in German is that the localizers have to change it. It's weird. I fought against him in a few cases. Even fought with him in a few cases. But a little after that, case was over. Don't go into the weed cave. He vanished. That's where Edgeworth went, to the weed cave. It's your fault he's gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death. Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then, with the case after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then I'm going to teach him his rightful place with his own two hands. With my own two hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick! I mean, to be fair, it was brought up from her, Miss Von Karma. What? I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had enough about you. Enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? Huh. This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle the country has ever seen. And it'll be about clowns! She just storms off. Nick? Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. Yeah, they had to include the gang case there, otherwise it'd be like, yeah, technically he didn't leave after the fourth one. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Oh, my sad. So edgy about this. Oh, okay, hello. Are you in a wheelchair? Acro's room? You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes? Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingley. What? I'm sorry? I'm just going to call you... Okay, yeah, Acro. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? What's with the birds? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. The Dingling brothers. Oh, of course. It's just so weird. That's Dingling. Ringling would sound a lot less weird. Acro, you're a member of this circus as well. That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. Speaking about the Ringling brothers, apparently they were actually pretty bad people. They like abused their animals or something like that. I'm not too sure. Like they collected people who looked like weirdos and mistreated them. I could be wrong about that though. It could be some other people. But nowadays, all I perform is in my wheelchair. Right, sorry to see that, buddy. The very big circus. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. And one night, they decided to run away from it all. Without me. Oof, sorry to hear that. I think all circuses are like that. That could be true, yeah. The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. Except for the murder he probably did. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him. For all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Huh? Do I take the hint of grudge against Regina? Possibly. We had to find someone who didn't like her. I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. Since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave the building by myself. That's awful. Why don't you switch floors? And Mo go up. The accident happened during an acrobat session, right? Oh, damn. That's a lot of locks. Cyclops? Doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago? What in the world went on at the circus then? What happened? I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. You went there for rehabilitation. Well, what about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. He's gonna be the witness. What did you witness, buddy? What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see the scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out to the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick. Damn it. Gotta save here. I'm not sure what evidence I could present to him that would... You ever hear about this note? What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria this morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? But what happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina. Ask her about it. Does it have anything to do about Regina? You ever... What about the bus? Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think up about him. Looks like something really weighing on him. You know about this Pepper? I don't really know what goes on outside this room. Oh, we're sorry. Don't worry about it. No need to apologize. Know about this wooden box? Since you're new, I'm gonna probably get you examine every piece of evidence. Monkey! Money is a great friend to me. He keeps stealing things! That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah, I'm not great with the ladies, but I seem to be pretty popular with the animals. I mean, you look kind of handsome, so I don't know why you wouldn't be. Want to talk about the incident that happened? No? I guess you were up here, so you wouldn't know. Anything about Max he doesn't want to think about, so... It's about Max. This is about the hat, though. No. Alright. Echo, please take a look at this photo for us. I'm sorry I had to see that, but it's kind of important. No problem. This is how it ended for him. Such a shame. He seems awfully calm, but his eyes have a look of sorrow and profound pain. If my legs weren't like this, I would have been able to prevent this from happening. It's an absolute certainty. That girl. Attorney's badge. Alright. Not even a reaction. How about Regina? Tell us about Regina. Regina. She's cool, isn't she? And can you believe she's such a cute girl and an animal tamer? It seems animals are not the only thing she tames. Huh? Why did the birds flew away as he talked about her? Max, the ringmaster, Ben, she's got them all under her thumb. What do you mean by that? Maybe I went a bit overboard. I'm just Regina's innocence. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. Oh, it's just Regina's innocence. I'd say it seems that way. That's why she can be so cruel. Oh. Harsh. What? Regina is just like the animal she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. I wonder what happened between Acro and Regina. Can we talk about it? No. I know you don't want to talk about Max, but let's talk about Max. You want to know about Max? Well, his colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. What about you, Acro? I've got my issues with him as well, but he just also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul. A diamond shining in his soul? I guess you could say it's his pride as a performer. We didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came. Acro, this guy's really different from the other members of the circus. How about Benjamin? So we could shed some light on Ben. And he'll always be there, here. As long as he's here, he can really only continue to be a ventriloquist. Whether that's a good thing for him or not, I'm afraid I can't really say. Yeah. Did you talk to Detective Gumshoe? They haven't come out of my room, so I don't have a clue what's going on with the circus. Right. Prosecutor, you talked about... Mr. Wright, I just realized you remind me of You're just like this prosecutor.
No, I'm not! What?
You and the prosecutor have the same glint in your eyes.
You're joking, right?
You think I'm like that whip-carrying demon? Oh, no need to get so hostile about it. You two may view things from very different perspectives for now, but you both see the world through the same color-tinted glasses. I know because when I look at people, their eyes are the only things I can believe in. Nick and Miss Von Karma, huh? About Russell, the ringmaster. He was even more than a father to me. When he took me in, the circus was in bad shape. It was obvious that he had no real way to supporting us. What does he mean by us? His animals? His monkey? Is that why you started with acrobats? Back then, I was only 9 years old. I begged the ringmaster to let me try, and he finally gave in. Having a kid in the circus was probably the last thing in the world he wanted. I just wanted to be helpful, so I could help the ringmaster. That's such a nice story. How about Mo, 46? The ringmaster really believed in Mel, 100%. What will happen to the circus now that the ringmaster's gone? The beginning of the Lawrence Curls era, I suppose.
I guess.
I wonder if it's really alright to let Mo run the show. Mr. Wright, you don't know much about Mo, I suspect. You can see right through me. Aw, Nick, you can't let him get to you like that. You're just an attorney.
Tell me about yourself.
I can't believe what happened to the ringmaster. Such a wonderful man. What a pity. I have no clue what to do with my life now. I'm sorry. The circus meant everything to me. But don't worry about me. There are still things that I have left to do in this world. Acro, little name Kang Dingling, seriously injured both his legs while training 6 months ago. That's about everything I could talk to him about. I may have to go and talk to Regina before unlocking these psych locks, so she's probably out there now. We could do that now. See and try to find her. Mo's probably gone for a while, so he's not coming back. His usefulness to the case is now over. Tell me about Acro. He's also not talking about anything ever anymore. Okay, good to know. Alright, Regina's probably at the big top. I got a bad feeling about this. Nick! Wonderful. Today's special must be Filet-O Phoenix. Stay here. Hello, Regina. You and your sparkles. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake. A mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out here a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? Alright, Regina, we got talk. Russell Berry. It's a pity what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. What? For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kind of sweet. But I also guess that's why she takes death not that seriously. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Do you think that one day... Oh, I think she said, there's no way I believe that. Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course! You really think so? Yeah, you will. I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Money the monkey. Just to go back and clear something up. Why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you. It must be shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get the costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me.
Gladly, but of course, I'll get it for you.
I'll just go without getting it for you.
Leave it up to us.
Guess there's no turning down that request.
Yeah, you really do it?
Alright, while you talk about that, what about this note? Regina, have you ever seen this before?
Huh? I know what that is. Really?
Well, it was in my pocket for a while.
It was in your pocket?
This piece of paper was in your pocket.
I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time.
Breakfast time?
Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I go to the cafeteria and I eat my own breakfast. That's when you realize the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged to someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble. You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did. I stuck it up there. How'd you know?
So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen?
The morning of the murder, I think.
That explains a lot.
Wonder who wrote this?
Maybe Acro put it in her pocket while she was giving her the food? You know about the bus?
Max is cool. I want to try flying someday with Max.
She's already flown off into her own little world.
I think I want to try flying too.
Oh, okay. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. You know this Pepper?
That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria.
Huh? It's from the cafeteria?
It's not. I remember seeing it there.
So this was in the this was the cafeteria's Pepper.
You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper.
What about the box? What do you think about Acro?
It's Acro. Is he in his room today?
Yes, he is. We just came back from meeting with him.
I hope his legs get better soon. Acro's so incredible, especially on the trapeze.
Trapeze is that enormous?
Oh, the trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right? Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the Acrobat.
That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina, but Regina seems to like Acro just fine. Maybe I should find her the suit. The costume. Well, let's try. Maybe he's in the cafeteria. Monkey, hello, money.
Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bistro de Cirque, aka the cafeteria.
It smells so good here, and those burgers look great.
She's truly like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best! Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you to hamburger heaven!
I bet. I can tell by the smell.
Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Very big circus.
Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you gonna do?
That's all I've done about the past 2 days.
Everyone loved Russell.
You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger.
He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on.
He was that upset?
Yes, he was.
Anyway, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying the ringmaster's shoes.
What? Really?
Max would still be an issue, though.
Max?
Maybe a bit mean. Hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. No. All that's left is to see everyone can get over the tragedy. You know... Tragedy? You know, what's he talking about? Get over it? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it! It's nothing at all!
Must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right?
Yes, that's it, you're right, girly. Dang, correcto mundo. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? Huh? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said everyone can get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. Sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Goodness gracious. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, eh? I should go find a monkey. If I can't find the monkey, then that must mean... Why don't I go back? Why did I go back there? No. Oh, is it in Mo's room? First floor.
Mo's not here.
What's that? I hear something.
Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nick, it's a monkey.
Or it's money. That monkey's holding something.
That's it. That's a thing that means a lot to Regina, remember?
All right, time to take on this monkey attorney style. Yeah! Scratch. What's happening? I tried to have a monkey to monkey talk with him. I really did.
Nick, you...
I swiped it while money was distracted.
Wow. You're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it.
Huh? You can see it just fine from where you are.
You know what I mean. I want to try it on Regina's costume.
Maybe then they'll take you at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. Oh, you know you don't mean that, Nick. What's the matter now?
It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, I guess it's time to lay off the burgers.
Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. A shiny spangled vest. It's not my size at all. But... would it then be her size? Hang on. Know about this? No. Back to the plaza. Yeah, but no, seriously, why haven't they moved him downstairs? Like, they could switch rooms. It's been a couple months. They would have done that by now, I guess. Got the costume for you.
Here you go, Regina. Yay! Thank you. You really got it back for me.
Don't mention it.
I love you, Mr. Attorney.
It's nothing. Oh my god. Nick, calm down.
Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me.
Huh? His costume isn't mine.
It was Leon's.
Leon's?
You know, the lion she told us about.
Oh, the one that someone killed. Is that the murder the paper is talking about? It's talking about Leon the tiger, I guess, which is odd. Let's talk about Leon. Leon was killed, wasn't he?
That's right. My dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice.
During practice? Oh!
Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth, you know.
Ah!
Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head in the lion's mouth? I sure did. The people in the crowd always love seeing me do that. They always start screaming.
Sure, they were screaming because they love seeing you do that.
Anyways.
What was the bad thing?
Oh yeah. Leon bit someone during the practice. But Regina, everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry.
And that's when Leon...
Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky.
Poor thing. The animal show's lion, shot by the ringmaster 6 months ago for biting a performer. It was probably Acro, and that's how he got paralyzed. We have that. So now we can go talk to Mo about it, and he'll give us more information about that. So we'll save here. I think Mo is the first one to talk to, and then he'll give us information that we can use to unlock the Acro locks. I think it's good enough now. Get over it. Oh, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world was on at the circus? Okay. There's no need to look so scared when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Oh, that's why he doesn't like burgers so much. Actually, I kinda got an idea what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident? This wouldn't happen to be the cause of the accident, would it? Leon the Lion. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during practice, right? How did you... I told them so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting your head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo. Don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about. Mo is the person you promised you wouldn't say anything. Acro. It must have been Acro, right? How did you know? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way! I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Doo-doo-doo. What was get over, I mean? It's just like you said. You know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. Whoa, that's a bit strong. What? How would that have been better? He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from that coma he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. That's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were in an acrobat team of brothers. Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Oof, that sucks. Acro and Bat, huh? That's a pretty cute nickname. Who is Acro's younger brother? Sean Dingling. But everyone always calls him Bat. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Oof. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. Good days, I'll stop. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why'd he do that? I don't know. But that's what caused the accident. Oh no. I'll never forget that moment. Oh no. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Oh. Yeah, that is enough to cause a coma. Surprised he didn't die. Some sick grin. No way. That's impossible. Animals don't attack for any reason. Animals don't really have that much of a a thought process. They usually just hunt for prey. I don't think a lion would do that unless provoked. Smirking lion? A flying murderer? Why does it seem like that it's always Mo who catches these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. Next day, the ringmaster took Leon and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious. What was it supposed to do? I had to tell you. All this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shaka, shaka, shaka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Achoo! Achoo! Nice! What a wonderful sneeze! He's just built different. What? The lion? I guess he is. It's possible. Huh? You think so? That or Regina forced the lion to bite down on him. That's why she's maybe cruel, according to Acro's eyes. But wait, how did Acro didn't have his accident? Like, is this involved with the accident? I thought the lion bit down on Acro, but if it bit down on Bat, then is the accident connected to that, or is it something different? He could have probably been like distracted because of what happened to his brother, and then he slipped and fell. That, or he thinks Regina caused the accident on him as well. I'm not sure. You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girly, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Oh, we're all clowns, alright. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer. Heh. Does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. But Bat? From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together. They look perfect together, huh? Right. This is about that. The murderer, that's far from polite. Where'd you find the rest of this note anyway? Maybe it'd be best if I didn't tell Mo where we found it. Don't worry about it, Mo. If I didn't need to worry about it, you shouldn't have shown it to me! Alright then. I think we could try to go to him now. Let's try. Ah, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? I'm back because of Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows what we know. Well, it seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Alright, let's give it a shot. Wait a minute. Wait, who else would be able to talk about the accident 6 years ago? The other performers? Wait, before we go ahead, just before I forget. Again, they're there for a reason. Yo, talk about the accident. No? Alright then. And there's only one other person who can talk to us about it. He must have taken Max for questioning again. There really isn't anything we need to ask him now, right? Anyway. Alright then, never mind. I guess it is time to talk about Acro. Hopefully I got all the solutions to these locks, but I assume I do. Alright, time to present. Oh, no, not that. Wait, can we just present this in general? It's so weird, because it's like these locks are like how you do it now, but it really is still like, I guess it's to like hone you in on the flow of the conversation and where it's going, rather than just checking every piece of evidence. But even then, you still have to present evidence to other people anyway, so I'm not sure how... Whatever, it doesn't matter. I would present the lion incident, he would obviously talk about it. Or at least shy from talking about it. But whatever, I'm not gonna talk about it. Let's go do these locks. The birds fly away when I do this. I'll drink some water before. All right. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you. How were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it a secret. Are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Leon the lion. Leon, 6 months ago you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. He's very serious now. I know I'm on the right track, I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming for me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. Bat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo. He must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip out of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That was where he slipped. And that's how I figured it out. You two ended up in the center of the same accident together. Like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Echo's last psych lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. Wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Echo, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. Yeah, it's probably her fault. He maybe thinks that she did it, or she actually did do it. Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. Oh, he is a legal eagle. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh, God. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you. Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Then maybe that's why she did it, probably. And she's got Regent to attack me because I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. But obviously it's like a joke, as like a threat, not like an actual attack. Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can't hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll be... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. This note was for Regina. You slipped it in her pocket when she was there, didn't you? Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. The murder wasn't about the lie. Well, I guess it kind of is, but it was about Bat. The wheelchair. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane. Did he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too. But that line was very old to begin with. And age brought it with countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. That's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out. To the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon jumped down, I jumped towards him. When Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. He went to the hospital. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. That's the reason why I keep going. Regina and Bat. Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh, yeah. I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross. It's covered in blood. This scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. Oh. Is there something that made him chomp? When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. Oh? When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick. I know. Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? Maybe a reaction to whatever was on the scarf. I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Is it? I knew it! It's on karma! I've already heard everything. So hand over the scarf. But this scarf is evidence in the trial. Oh, you're gonna do like your dad, huh? You're gonna try to take this away from me, huh? That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro? A witness? Come, Acro. Let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Did you carry him down? Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? I'm going to assume there were a bunch of policemen to carry him, help him down. Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. To be continued. We did it! Just around time too. Okay. We will literally do this tomorrow. I'll try to finish the entire investigation tomorrow. This time I'll try to start in the morning and finish it all. I know there'll probably be another day of trial after this, because I'm going to assume that Regina at this point is the murderer. At this point, how this all goes is the witness who did the murder comes up on trial to talk their little head off, and I'm going to assume it's Regina, since she hasn't been in court yet. I don't know why she would kill her dad. That's the big question. But we'll find that out next time. As for now, we got through both the trial and the investigation portion. So next time we get through the second trial, and then we'll also just finish up the entire episode. And then after that, I take an entire week break. I think on Sunday or Saturday I'll be able to continue streaming this. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I definitely want to finish this episode, because if I leave an entire week between not finishing the episode and then finishing it, that will just